At the beginning of the semester, I found myself in a situation like most people. I would doom scroll Twitter over and over and come out having nothing of value. I knew I had a problem once I saw my screen time was over 10 hours. I knew that if I wanted to have a successful semester, I had to do something to change it. I've had this problem before, and what I've done to fix it is I've used a light phone. This is a phone that has no other functionality other than notes, phones, a calculator, and audiobooks, and if you set it up, you can use Spotify. The problem here is that it can't do much more than that. When I was using it, I would be surprised how often I would need a smartphone. Whenever I would fly, you need your phone for your boarding pass, and even when I'd go to the bank, they'd send me an authentication code, and I wouldn't be able to respond to it because I wouldn't have a smartphone. Whenever I'd drive to a new place, I would have to look up the directions on my computer and try to memorize the turns in order to make it there. It just wasn't working. I think most people would like to use a phone like this, but there's not enough functionality for it to really be worth it. And they're quite expensive. This one was $350. I replaced the dumb phone instead with an iPhone. I used an iPhone 6 thinking that the inferior user experience would keep me off some of the distractions. This phone let me go to my banking websites and get boarding passes and check in for flights. The problem was I always found myself getting distracted once again. Even with the inferior user experience, it wasn't enough to keep the distractions away. So what I've done is I've replaced that old iPhone with the same iPhone, but set up as a dumb phone. And it's the same screen orientation as the light phone. But now, if I need maps, I can go to maps, and I can use maps just like I normally would. If I need a boarding pass, I can go to the airline's app and get my boarding pass just like I normally would. The big help here is when I log on to the iPhone, there's no distractions. It's a simple black screen with just the apps that I use. I use Notion to track my tasks, Audible to listen to audiobooks, Spotify for music at the gym, Google Calendar to keep my schedule, and then Messages and Slack for communication. It's easy because when I go on and I'm looking for one of these specific things, I'm not distracted by other apps or other bright, colorful things that might want to pull my attention. Another thing that I've done is I've kept all the apps that I've had before, but once one of them sends me a notification, I turn off notifications. So now that means that throughout my day, I'm not getting distracted with random notifications from random different things. I'm getting notifications from Messages in Slack and things I need to respond to, and nothing else. Now, I'm not confident this is a one-size-fits-all solution for everybody. I think everybody should experiment and find what works for them. However, I'm confident that for the next couple of weeks, this is when we'll be trying out, and I'll let you guys know how it goes.